Now let's go over the tools and materials you will need for this project. You can find the full list in PDF I have created for this tutorial, and in the description box of this video you will find links to the products I'm using. My dowel is approximately 15 by 15 centimeters, which is around 6 by 6 inches. So all materials here are listed for this size. If you would like to create a dowel that's smaller or a little bit bigger, you have to adjust the material sizes and amounts accordingly. As for many felting projects, you will need felting mat, I'm using this foam one, and felting needles. You will find that coarse, medium and fine needles are useful in this tutorial. I'm using 38 and 36 spiral needles for felting and touching parts of my dowel, as well as 40 triangles for finishing. Most likely you will notice that I'm using needle holder throughout my videos. It makes the felting process way faster and easier from my hands. When it comes to amounts of the wool, it can vary based both on the breed of the sheep as well as how firmly are you felting your piece. I'm using 20 grams of light carded core wool as well as another 20 to 30 grams of white carded wool. If you are going only with the white carded wool, you will need approximately 50 grams of it. Important piece for this project is pipe cleaner. The color really doesn't matter, it will be all covered with wool. But this is actually the thing that determines the size of your dowel. My dove's body is half of the pipe cleaner because we are folding it like this. So if you would like to create bigger or smaller dowel, you just have to adjust the initial length of the pipe cleaner. It's that easy. There is some wet felting involved. And before you click out, please listen to me. I have adapted only the basics of the wet felting, both in materials and techniques used. It will be really easy. You don't have to have any experience. It will take up only 30 minutes of your life, and I'm holding your hand throughout the process. So you will need bubble wrap that's approximately 30 by 30 centimeters, which is 12 by 12 inches, I hope. A bar of soap, I would suggest you use olive soap. And completely optional but really useful is cutting board. If you can find cutting board that has this textured side, this will come really handy for you. You can usually find these in dollar stores. These are flexible and cheap ones. Not really good in the kitchen, but amazing for crafts. Moving on, you will also need some sharp scissors. I suggest you have multiple sizes available. You can either needle felt the eyes yourself using wool, and I will show you the process in the tutorial, or you can use glass eyes. I will link these ones I used for one of my doves in the description. Doves do have orange, yellow, red, and even dark irises, and all the tones in between, so you can make your own artistic choices here. Don't forget about tiny amount of black for the eyes. And you can also use light brown or light gray for outlining the eye and creating more natural shape. We are going to create the beaks for our doves ourselves. You can choose if you want to use air dry polymer clay or oven bake one. I'm using the latter. If you don't have your polymer clay in the specific tone you have intended for your beak, you can paint it using acrylics. We will also use tiny amounts of wire, just about 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch, and pliers for cutting and bending it. The last piece on the list is glue. You will need it to secure your beak in place. If there was some purring during this video, then you know that here's the reason. Thank you for watching, and let's start creating.